Back in Tuscany, my grandfather Luigi show you now how to turn a cheap plastic laundry basket into a gold mine for fresh potatoes. Forget the heavy digging, forget the back pain. In this basket, potatoes grow faster, stay cleaner, and you won't ever need a shovel to harvest them. We are using 4 traditional Italian secrets that make the difference between a few tiny tubers and a basket full of meraviglia, a miracle harvest. And listen carefully, the timing is perfect. You can plant these from the first warm days of spring all the way through late summer. In fact, even in August, and in many warmer US regions, even early September, you can still get these in the ground and enjoy a massive harvest before the first hard frost. Pay close attention to the third trick. It's the reason my potatoes never rot, even when the humidity is high. Trick number 1 is what I call the breathing lung. The biggest mistake people make in gardening is suffocating the soil. When you plant in the ground, the soil can become as hard as concrete under the summer sun. It packs down, it seals up, and the roots struggle to find oxygen. But this laundry basket, it is a ventilation masterpiece. Those holes in the sides aren't just for carrying laundry. They are air vents for your potato roots. Oxygen in the root zone means energy. Energy means big, heavy, starch-filled potatoes. I line the basket with a bit of straw or light landscape fabric just to keep the soil from washing out. But the air still moves freely. Now pay close attention, because this is the secret. The potato thinks it's in paradise, because the soil never stays swampy or stagnant. This constant air pruning of the roots creates a massive, dense root system that leads to a much higher yield than a traditional flat garden bed. When a root reaches the air at the edge of the basket, it stops growing at the tip and branches out from the center. This creates a root ball so thick it can support 5 times the weight of a standard plant. But wait, before you put a single potato in that dirt, you have to talk about the sunlit head start, or what we call chitting. This is trick number 2. Look at these sprouts. If you take a potato and just throw it in the dark ground, it takes 2 weeks just to wake up. We give them a head start by putting our seed potatoes in a bright, cool spot for about 10 days before they ever see the soil. We aren't looking for those long, white, weak basement sprouts that break if you touch them. We want these short, stubby, powerful green and purple eyes. This is like starting a race with a 50-yard lead, especially if you are planting in the late window of August or September. You need every single day to count. When the sprouts look like this, the plant is already in growth mode. The moment it hits the soil in your basket, it starts building the structure for your harvest instead of spending weeks wondering where the sun went. Now, here is where most people lose their entire crop, and they don't even know why. It's trick number 3, strategic placement. Potatoes are sun worshippers, but they are also sensitive to the temperature of the soil. To get that explosion of fruit, you need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. But here is the Nonno Luigi secret. Don't put the basket directly on the cold, damp ground if you can avoid it. I like to place mine on a patio, a balcony, or even on a few bricks. Why? Because the air needs to circulate under the basket too. If you put it on a stone patio, the heat from the stone helps warm the soil in the early spring or late fall, accelerating the growth. However, there is a danger. If you are in a very hot climate like Texas or Florida during August, you might want to give them a little afternoon shade so the plastic doesn't cook the roots. Now this is very important. You have to feel the soil. If it feels like a hot cup of coffee, your potatoes are suffering. Find that sweet spot where they get the morning glory but are protected from the harshest 3 p.m. sun. This balance of heat and light is what triggers the plant to stop growing leaves and start growing potatoes. Now, let's talk about the lasagna method, our fourth and most important trick. Most people fill the basket to the top on day one. That is a total waste of space and potential. A potato plant is unique because it grows its new tubers above the seed potato, along the stem, not below it. We treat this like a good Italian lasagna, layer by layer. We start with just 4 inches of high-quality potting mix and compost at the bottom. Lay your potatoes down with those strong sprouts facing up. Cover them with just 2 inches of soil. Now, you wait. Once that green foliage reaches about 6 inches above the soil line, you don't just let it grow. You add more dirt. You hill them right inside the basket. You keep doing this, burying the stem until you reach the very top of the basket. By doing this, you are forcing the plant to create more and more stolons, the little underground branches that turn into potatoes, all the way up the stem. Instead of one layer of potatoes at the bottom, you get a whole vertical column of gold. You are effectively tripling your garden space by going up instead of out. But listen carefully, because there is one more thing that can ruin everything. Watering. A laundry basket dries out much faster than the earth. You have to be the guardian of the moisture. If the soil dries out completely while the tubers are forming, the potatoes will stop growing and develop a thick, corky skin. They might even split when you finally do water them. You must feel the soil every day. Stick your finger in. If it's dry past the first knuckle, it's time to give them a drink. But never, ever soak the leaves. In the humid late summer, wet leaves are an invitation for late blight, and that can kill a whole basket in 48 hours. Water, only at the base. Many people ask me, "Nonno, is it really worth it to plant so late?" Let me tell you, the summer nights also in North America are staying warmer longer. From the East Coast to the Midwest, we are seeing a shift. Planting, for example, the variety Yukon Gold. In August or even early September in places like the Carolinas or California means your potatoes are maturing during the cool, crisp nights of October. Potatoes actually love those cooler nights. It's when they send all their sugar down into the tubers. If you start now, you aren't just getting potatoes. You are getting the freshest, most tender creamer potatoes for your Thanksgiving table. You don't need to rely on store-bought potatoes that have been sitting in a warehouse for 6 months. Just give it a try. This soil, once you are done, is the most beautiful, rich organic matter you have ever seen. You can toss it right into your flower beds or your winter kale patch. Nothing is wasted in this cycle. Look at this result. No digging in the mud. No rocks hitting your shovel. Just the pure reward of the earth. When the vines on top turn yellow and start to wilt, that is the plant's way of saying, "I have given you everything I have." That is the moment of truth. You don't need to hunt for them. Just tip the basket onto a tarp and watch the golden potatoes roll out. Buon appetito and happy gardening.